Miley Cyrus just keeps adding to her rare gem of a career. International fame as TV's Hannah Montana, soon to become a movie. And now on the heels of her spectacular summer concert for us on Friday, well, today she releases her brand new album. It's Breakout. It's her first Miley Cyrus solo CD. She sat down with me for a candid exclusive interview about what she has learned about fame and navigating its sometimes uncertain waters. Thank you for the concert.
Oh, no problem. It was so much fun.
It was fabulous. What is it like for you knowing that people were camping out the day before and they're there en masse to see you?
It's so crazy. Like, I was really, really nervous, and I was like, okay, there's gonna be like no one's gonna show up, and like then I'm better at acting on TV and then singing in concerts more than singing and it being on TV. It just makes me totally nervous. It freaks me out.
I think it's refreshing for your young fans to hear you talk like that because no one would think that. Everyone would think, oh, surely you're not nervous.
Once I get up there, I'm a lot better than I am just like before. I'm like, Mom, I'm so scared. But I think I get that a little bit from my mom's side. My mom's totally like stage fright. My dad can get in front of anyone.
Breakout. And it is a breakout for you because it is Miley Cyrus. It's not Hannah Montana.
It is, and I'm so excited. My dad and I, we both were just trying to think of, what I want this album to really represent, and I was like, it's definitely, it's kind of like my breakout record.
You did a lot of writing on this album.
Yeah, all of them, but I think 2 songs, so it was hard work, but it was so much fun.
It's not Hannah Montana. It is Miley Cyrus. Is that part of the reason why you were a little bit fearful when you jokingly say, hey, no one's going to show up?
To finally be like not hiding behind a wig or being a character. It's like, okay, at this, if no one shows up as Hannah, it's like, okay, it's a little bit better. If no one shows up as Miley, I'm like, okay, this is really going to hurt because this is like songs that I've written that are really important to me and things that I want to say.
What's it like being you? Everyone wants to get a little glimpse on what it must be like to be you right now.
It's weird because I feel very normal and feel very, just like a normal teenager. But then when I go out and about, I'm like, okay, like, I'm not in this normal life, it's not a normal world. And so sometimes when, I'm like, oh, I want to go to the mall or this and that, and, I'm thinking I'm totally going to be fine, just be able to shop around. It's like, okay, I'm not a normal teenager, and my experiences, it'll be really funny when I'm laughing with my friends. They're all like, okay, you're totally on a different planet. Because we'll be talking, and I'm like, oh, I bet that's how school is, and, this and that, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's like totally different. It is not like all happy, it's Miley. It's, probably much harder than your job, what you do, Miley. And so finally, I don't know if I could go back to like a normal life. I think it would be too hard.
It was really something to witness you with your fans at Bryant Park on Friday. You are so kind to them. You're so generous with your time. And it's been a tumultuous year in many ways because of Vanity Fair and the photographs that were in. And I know it was very hurtful to you, the reaction that we received. How are you doing now with that?
I feel great because I'm working so much, and it's kind of nice, to get my mind off of it. It was really good to go back home to Tennessee and kind of escape that and the paparazzi and not have to, talk about it every day. It's definitely something that I know, my fans and everything are really forgiving for, but it's not something that I'm forgetting, and I'm just trying to put, kind of the future and just look forward to that more than, kind of just thinking about the past.
What have you learned from it?
I think just knowing, just to kind of stay true to yourself. I think I was just kind of in a stage, where I was just trying to get things done and, maybe look for an older audience, or, I was working with a big magazine just trying to go with, what they were trying to say. And I think it was a hard time, but I think just, learning from your mistakes is the biggest thing. And, also just knowing, it kind of really made me remember how much my fans really do support me because they all stuck by me.
It was something that was a little bit out of character because you've often talked about your faith, your family, and how important to you that you want to be that proper role model.
Yeah, and I think just that it's something where everyone has made a mistake, and anyone that was 15-year-old, they can't say they made mistakes. So I think it's just normal, and I think it does make me more relatable, and I think it does help me and my fans kind of relate to each other because when they do go through something hard, if I do get a letter or something like that, I definitely have more compassion for them because I know what it's like to have people talk about you like you're kind of iron. So I think just remember people need to remember that I am young and that I do have feelings, and I'll do the same thing for them. Help their kids through it, and anytime they need advice, I think they can come to me even more with an open heart because they know that I've struggled as well.
So what's next? Isn't there some animated film as well?
Yeah, Bolt. It's me and John Travolta. There's a lot of cool other voices, and I play actually kind of the sidekick on this one, which is fun for me to get to do. Bolt is like this big superstar, and me and him are like fighting together, and Bolt runs away trying to find the evil guy that took me away, and he gets all the way from California to New York.
Nice move.
It's a really cool story.
It sounds like a really cool
It'll make
story.
you cry, and I'm like, is it dumb that I'm crying at my own movie and like I'm crying at my own scene? But it feels like it's not an animated movie.
How about Hannah Montana the movie?
Hannah Montana the movie, we're having a ton of fun, and we're really excited about the way it's turning out. But then also we're introducing some cool new stars, and also finally putting the cast of Hannah Montana on the big screen.
On the big screen?
Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
Oh, come on. I mean, that would be, I would have to say that would be a little intimidating.
I know, and every time we do anything, they're like, yeah, well, it's going to look different when it's like 40 feet. I'm like, oh, great. Every little bit of me is like, I'm like, oh, no. One little hair's out of place, and it's like this big on the screen.
I know, and your nose is like
yeah,
this.
exactly.
Like, oh!
My eyes, I'm like, oh, yeah, they're not big enough. And, it can't be too crazy, because if you do, a little mess of mascara here, because there's one scene where I'm crying, and it's everywhere, and they're like, on the screen, you're just going to look like a clown, like a Joker. I'm like, thanks, guys. You guys are awesome.
What do you do when you need to kind of chill, when you need, like, to breathe? What does Miley do to kind of...
Mostly I play my guitar, because the guitar is either, you can really chill out and do some subtle things and just play some sweet music, or you can plug it up and just like rock out, and you can annoy the whole house. At that point, you don't care. I think that, and then also I want to plan a vacation sometime in my near future. We went to Florida when I was like 8 years old, and I think that was like my last actual vacation we had, because there's all of us, and we were fighting the entire time. Now that we're a little bit older and we get along a little better, hopefully we can do a family vacation.
Miley, thank you.
No problem.
Very
Thank
much.
you so much.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah, Miley's hoping for Bora Bora. Her mother wants to go to Tuscany, so we'll see what works out there. But it's very interesting, during the concert and the commercial breaks, which you couldn't see at home, she sat at the foot of the stage and just took any question from her fans. Just had like a talking. Really feels that she can, has something to say to them.
Right, and I love the biggest lesson you can learn is be true to yourself and your own instincts, too. To learn it at 15 is pretty awesome.
That is. And you can see more of the interview of Miley Cyrus on GMA now.
I just said awesome, just like she does.
She is a typical 15-year-old, and how she talks really fast, and no, that is a typical
Awesome.
15-year-old. Awesome. Coming up next, one couple's weight loss...